We started?
Yes, started.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Bear Thoughts Podcast. We do it every Wednesday at 5 o'clock Central BC time here at the Bear Thoughts channel. I hope you all having a good week, but today I hope there's good quality because Corvo is hosting it until I get my internet fix. As always, we have, I gotta get some of my own audios. I have, oh, goodness gracious, I have like so many things playing this thing. All right. God dang it. I'm on my phone. So I can hear myself. Good. Glad to see that. Corvo, as always, we have Corvo with us, and we do have Stealthy FJ. She's in the background, but Corvo has a headset on, so Stealthy will be a little delay on her responses, but I'm sure that'll be all right. There's no topic piece this week. We're just gonna just talk about stuff and just get to it. So if anybody wants to, ask us any questions or ask our opinions and thoughts on something, be sure to share it, and we'll be sure to give back to you. We got everybody's eyes on the chat, so I hope I see you there. And of course, if you already like the podcast and like what you see, so you don't miss any week's podcast. If you're here in the VODs, you can still do that. Up, Corvo, your camera just
Yep. We were having a camera adjustment angle thing, and
didn't like that.
yeah.
All right.
Give me just a minute.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the with my week, I guess you might say. I've had a fairly good week, but for anybody that does not know, I'm a kind of a big fan of Mega Man. And right now I am trying to get something that is gonna be a limited edition Mega Man. I don't know. Have you ever heard of a company called G Fuel?
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, I have heard of them.
Okay, G Fuel, for those who not know, are an energy drink company, which I don't do energy drinks pretty much at all. I'm pretty much self-medicated when it comes to energy.
Right. Well,
But
yeah, on that note, I found a 0 calorie, 0 sugar energy drink that I like today.
ooh, those are very few in between because most energy drinks taste like,
Tastes like bona fide boutoir.
yeah, just carbon and soda or sugar or really high iron saturated. Just don't taste very good. I do. There's one called shoot, I'm kind of forgetting the name of it, but it tastes like Skittles. And anybody knows Skittles is my favorite candy because I just love
Right.
Skittles. But G Fuel is releasing a special limited edition, and they're already about to be sold out of this special edition, and it just launched this morning of a Mega Man Blaster cup in the shape of Mega Man's blaster, and a special edition, of course, box, and a special edition little one-time flavor blend sugar-free energy
Right.
drink.
Right.
And I am all about that. Thank you. It's called C4, by the way. If everybody wants to know about the Skittle one, it's called C4. I looked up real quick. C4 energy drink and Skittles. You can get on Amazon for like $32, which again, I don't do very much do energy drinks, but if I ever decide to do another subathon and y'all make me run for a full 20, I don't know. I never did a 20. Well, I've done one 24-hour stream, and that was one time, or was it 12 hours? I can't remember. It was a long time since I did something like that. But yeah, my week has been fairly just bland. But dealing with this cat has been, with our new little kitty of ours, has been nothing but a struggle. Just nothing but a struggle.
A struggle, huh? Well, let me tell you, brother. This whole week's been a struggle. The whole week.
Mine's been an enjoyable struggle.
Yeah, mine was not. I have dealt with some of the dumbest things I think I've ever dealt with this week. And then on top of that, you just got stupidity everywhere. Just stupidity. It's like I don't do good with dumb, but there's been a lot of dumb. A whole lot of dumb. The only saving grace is that A, I have this beautiful, beautiful thing beside me over here. And B, I finally started a print project that I've been looking for a decent model for a while. If anybody's a fan of Supernatural, This is the barrel for the Colt. I am currently working on printing a replica of the Colt, so that it can go on the shelf. And I think I'm gonna stay with a little bit of a supernatural kick for a little while.
Yeah.
I've got Ruby's Demon Blade. I have the model for it. I have the Angel Blade, the Archangel Blade, and the First Blade, which was Kane's blade. I have models for all of those. So at some point there will probably be a shelf back there that'll be dedicated to just to supernatural.
I could definitely see that. Or display case or something like that. Definitely see that. Now, I've been going through all my prints and been going crazy.
He is occasionally freezing, but it seems like you aren't. I want to make sure to try to talk as much as you can while he is like at least interacting,
Yep.
so that way we can tell if that is the case or not.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
Yeah, I just got this thing done. One of our arms just fell out, but this was a long process because this tail was all in like, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. And just that tail alone was just taking forever. I don't know if I want to glue the arms in, even though they are falling out every now and then. But you don't really see the joints of the arm, but it's kind of annoying. I don't like gluing 3D prints because glue being stronger than, let's say, another part of the print and it breaking rather than breaking at the joint of the glue, which has happened to me before. I've had like,
Right.
you thinking if you glue something together, it more likely break at the spot you glue it together. That's not always the case. It will break somewhere else sometime before where the glue is jointing it at. But yeah, this is going to be a long process to print. If everybody's wondering, this is from a anime, so you know, it's not a demon. Well, it's more like an alien, actually. It's kind of weird. They're aliens.
It looks more like a Medusa to me.
I know. Well, it's an anime where other aliens from other planets come to Earth, and all of them are like mythological creatures, like centaurs and harpies and mermaids, and like all of them are actually extraterrestrial, and they come to Earth and try to mingle amongst humans, but all of them are also trying to find mates. So it's one of those. Not a hentai, but some of you might think it's that. That's not. But yeah, it's yeah, I like it. It's very enjoyable. I have another print that I'm trying to get done, but you can't see it because it's painted up. But okay, let me jump that you might have some insight on. I want to get your thoughts and your opinions on it, and mine as well. And you might have already heard of this already, honestly, because you've been keeping up with Amber Heard.
Okay.
So if you've been keeping up with that, you probably keep up with this. All right, so let me drop you some scenarios first, so
Okay.
then we can get to the main point. Okay, you know when I talk about bots in Twitch, right? Where
Yes,
they're not
yes.
actual people, and
Right.
people would use these bots to grow their channels.
Right. They're automated units. Right.
Yes, and they can either be portrayed as humans or they can seem like people, but you know that's a bad thing, right?
Right.
You don't like that, okay?
Yeah.
And let's say,
We
go
don't
ahead.
want them in there cluttering up chat and giving us false numbers and all that good stuff.
False hope or making your channel look big when it's not, right?
Right.
Or making some channels that are, let's be honest here, maybe not to par with channels with that same amount of numbers in their channel that would live with
Right.
real people, and be like, well, you're boring. How do you have these, you know, let's just be honest here, not everybody's entertaining to watch.
Right.
It's
Yeah. So you're asking why are you here? Why the number? Why is it so large? You don't want to
Yeah.
have to deal with that.
We don't want that. It don't look good. And let's say you get caught doing that. Will you be get seen in the good light?
No, you would definitely. I would think it would be a negative light. I would think that people would be upset at false information.
All right. Now let's say you get sponsors because of that, right? You get sponsors because they see you have thousands of viewers of your streams every single time of every single day.
Yeah, so it's on his end right now.
Yeah, so I would think at that point, it's beyond just being feeling like it's a negative thing. I would think that was almost criminally liable.
Okay. Pause. Okay, might be on my end because, like I said, my modem has been acting up really strange of lately. So I'm gonna try to see what I can do on my end to maybe uh, allegate this issue. But sorry if I'm bringing up a lot, chat, because
Yep. You are breaking up every now and then, and sometimes it's only for a few seconds, and sometimes it's for 15 seconds. So,
okay, gotcha. Let me
But
know when we're.
yeah, I think whenever he gets his modem, he should be good.
yeah,
I hope so.
I'm thinking because it's I'm
It's
not
smooth as hell on
I'm
this side.
smooth on my end,
Uh-huh.
and nothing's hanging up. So now we've experienced this both when I host and when you host. Both times I'm smooth. So I'm assuming that it has to do with your modem. So
I hope.
I'm thinking when your
So
new
as he
modem
swaps it
comes
over,
in and
it
you
should be
swap
good.
over, you'll probably stop having that issue because you didn't start having this issue until you got to this house.
Well, I didn't have this issue even when I got to this place until like a couple months, and then, like I said, a month back, this issue started coming around. So I'm thinking, okay, either A, modem is dying because this was a test modem when he gave it to
And
me,
like I said,
or
it's only like for
B,
a few
something
seconds.
outside the house is.
Also, Jeremiah says love the title, and his mom says hi.
Jeremiah, we appreciate you saying hi and that that you like the title.
Hope you do.
Mom
But it's
says hi.
okay. I hope we were good, but let's get back to the advertisers are coming to you now, and you're making money off advertising. You're making money off falsity of your channel being huge and big. Now let's scale that up from a couple thousands to a couple billions.
Okay, now you're definitely in the realm of criminal fraud.
Billions of
That's huge fraud at that point.
users. And it's been mostly confirmed. Now, when the advertisers came to you, right, and they were like, "Hey, what percentage of you think of your channel, if any, are maybe bots?" And you say maybe 5%, maybe 5% of bots. The rest of them are real people. 5% are bots. And they okay. Where'd you pull that from? And you say out of billions of people, only 100 people were checked to see if there were bots. 100.
So then you're not doing an adequate check, so there's no way for your numbers to be accurate.
No, no way to be accurate at all. And all these people echoing, their love and their cherishment of you, and these advertisers are giving you hundreds of millions of dollars to, be able to advertise to your channel or to your stream. That's what Twitter did. The
Yeah,
most biggest name on the internet.
yep.
And everybody's just like, it's like some people are actually shocked about this, and some people are like, how'd you not know?
Yeah.
You had to have known.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, their growth rate was too astronomical. They went from 0 to 60 in 1.1, there's no way they weren't padding themselves somehow, making themselves appear more than what they were. And I would even venture to say they probably started that as a stunt to get people to come into Twitter, to see Twitter and stuff like that, to get them to bolster themselves a little bit. Hey, look at all these people that are on Twitter. You should definitely join. But at a certain point, you go from I'm trying to get my business off the ground to I'm going to defraud everybody and make a shitload of money, and I don't really care. And at that point, they need to be held liable for that, I think.
And of course, for those who do know, Elon's trying to buy it. He's trying to
That's
buy
what
it, and now
TikTok
he's
did.
he's not people not many people like
That's what
Elon, and I
TikTok
get
did
it.
today.
They don't like him,
So that's
but
what TikTok did.
Yeah.
It's how they got people to stay. They pad the amount of viewers that see them when they first start, so they think, oh, well, I'll be good, and then.
Yeah, she's saying TikTok did a very similar scheme.
But with with the people that join, to keep them there, to get people addicted, that's what they did.
Yeah.
I can see that. The only thing is with Twitter. Apparently, there's been someone's brought this analogy up here, and both of you being a bit of computer savvy and with
He's
your
trying very
scripting.
much.
Apparently, there's been accounts that would literally echo. Let's say like something's trending, right? Something's trending on Twitter,
Right.
and they would literally have accounts that would copy verbatim other channels with opinions and views on a certain topic, and those bots would spew the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Literally copy word for word from other people were saying to make themselves look like this. They're real people.
Now they're plagiarizing people at that point, and that's also a criminal offense.
Yeah, like how is this? And I'm not a political person here, but I'm saying how is no one getting in trouble for this?
It's because at some level somewhere somebody's getting paid to not look at it. I mean, think about it. If you get to the point where you're making all this money and you realize, hey, I can continue to make this money, but I don't need to get caught doing this shit, it's not hard to find the right person to pay to keep from getting caught. You've got the
Yeah,
money. You've got the money. You've got the resources to find the right person to pay off.
and then people are like, people are like, well, if someone's gonna, most likely someone got big, they cheated along getting there. Someone cheated to get where they are at some point. And my thought is like, one, I don't want to be that person ever, right? But if let's say I were to do that, eventually I would go, okay, now,
Now's the time I should come clean.
yeah, like let's just stop that and let's try to grow where we actually grow naturally and turn off the thing that's unnatural. So I don't know. I'm just saying. Some reason people think just because they're big companies and they're large and huge, they didn't cheat. And this is becoming more and more a thing nowadays where the technology is getting smarter where it can make people believe that all these accounts, I'm sure even YouTube has, well, actually YouTube does have that problem. Now that I think about it, there is ways you can buy viewers and subscribers on YouTube to boost your account. A couple years, maybe a year or so back, a lot of
Right.
channels got their account deleted because they got caught doing that.
Yeah.
So who said, before everybody started learning about this whole bot situation, that a lot of big channels weren't doing that too? Who said YouTube didn't do it? No one really knows. Thank you, honey. All I'm saying here is we got to start looking at social media as any kind of social media or entertainment value.
Right. You got to start evaluating. Did has this been happening to me all along? And if so, is it right?
Yeah. I'm not saying no one here has, no one I'm about to mention has done that before, but let's just say back before everybody learned about viewer bots on YouTube or Twitch, who said someone like, I'm not saying they did this. I'm just for example here, someone like Pokimane or Dr. Disrespect or the Joe Rogan podcast or Lions Tech. I'm not saying they did this, but any big channel, whether it be YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, you name it, hasn't done that at one time to bolster their channel up to larger
Right.
scales. And then when people say, "Oh, look, this channel got a lot of views," they go check it out, and those are natural viewers because they go, "Ooh, that's interesting," and they go, "Okay, now that we got them, let's pull back on the bots.
Right.
Let's just."
Well, you'll never know for sure. You will never know 100% for sure who went through all the actual struggle and who faked it to make it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never know.
It's like an industry saying right there: "Fake it till you make it." Right.
Right.
So who says that me and you and what we've done over 77 episodes now couldn't have made it by now if we would have faked it? I don't want to. But I'm just saying it's not really it's one of those things. It's not fair, right? I'm
Right.
whining here. It's not fair, and
Right.
I think we should look at things, and when people are getting caught for it, are being called out.
Right. I agree.
Not Not just going, okay, well, no. It's not a, oh, well, we
Well, I
can.
mean, you would think at some point, if you were a multi-billion-dollar company and you had put sponsorship into a person and paid them all this money, and then you come to find out that a large part of the viewer base that you thought you were trying to get to see your product or hear about your product was not real, that's like stealing money. At what point do you not say enough's a fuck enough? We're going to court, bro. You give me my money back.
Yeah, for real. And let's say if I ever grew up and grew big and someone gave me a sponsorship, there's no way in hell would I ever allow my career to be destroyed because of some viewer bots. I don't care if they give me $100 and they give me $1,000 if I get 10 more viewers.
It just
I'm not doing it.
What it comes down to, it's greed, and people want the revenue stream without the work. I mean, for example, who wants to go to work? Not a damn one of us actually want to get up and go to work. Nobody does. Anybody that says that they get up in the morning and the first thing they think of is, oh boy, I'm going to work now, is full of shit.
No, if they enjoy their job,
Well,
yes.
yeah, but and let's be realistic. What's the percentage of people that actually enjoy what they do on a day-to-day basis?
I did until they fucking screwed me over.
Right. But there was a point where that stopped. And for most people, that's how it already starts. You start
that
out
veil
you
was
start
lifted.
out, you start out enjoying what you do. I'm not gonna lie. I started out enjoying what I do. Now, on a regular basis, I wish sometimes I was doing something else. Not that I won't continue to do what I'm doing, but the problem is that you have these people that look at it and be like, I want to get paid, but I don't want to do the work because I don't enjoy doing the work. I just know that this is an easy way for me to fake it so I can make it. So they take that route. And then you're stuck out there going, okay, so what's the reals and what's the fake? Who did and didn't do what they had to do, you know? It's just that's unfortunately the way the world works right now. I mean, I see it daily in a lot of different aspects, in a lot of different departments, in a lot of different ways that corporations run. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. What I am saying is that it's become a norm in the workplace. Doesn't matter if you're a streamer or a manufacturing company, a wholesaler, whatever it is. Most people want to do the absolute least for the absolute most. I mean, I've done everything from being the guy that put toilet paper on the shelf to being the guy that set up servers for a multi-billion-dollar company. I've done all of that. And I'm telling you now, at every job I've ever had, even me, I'm guilty of it. I look around and go, okay, how can I do the least to accomplish this job so that I feel like I'm getting the most out of this job? It's
Yes.
what everybody wants to do. I mean, think about it. You, for an example, if somebody was sending you a $10,000 check every week and all you had to do was mow your lawn, to begin with, you're going to go out there and mow that lawn and you're going to be damn happy about it. But at some point, you're going to get tired of mowing that lawn and you're going to start looking for ways to get that lawn mowed without your ass actually out there doing it. That way, you're getting paid.
Get a bot.
You're getting paid without having to do the work. And that's what everybody wants.
Yeah, work smarter, not harder.
Retirement. People that retire and retire well, you know why they're happy? Because they're getting paid and they don't have to get up and do a damn thing they don't want to do. Nothing. And that's where everybody wants to be one day. The problem is instead of looking at it and going, hey, I need to do my level best now to be at that point, people get up and go, why can't I be at that point right now? Why can't I already have it? I want it now. Impatient. Impetuous little kids just want what they want and they don't care. And that's unfortunately humanity as a whole right now.
As a contracted Jew standpoint is solid and true stress facts. Sad but true. Yeah, and I just I'm not saying people should just leave Twitter on a mass exodus, right? But Twitter would deserve it if everybody would today delete Twitter, they would deserve it because they didn't earn what they got. And even if they did earn it, to what scale? No one would really know. Like you said, no one really would know, so they wouldn't be able to really have like, did they really earn it? And then later on decide to use bots.
And
Though
the problem is even now, if they were to go in there, show a live stream of them getting rid of all those bots, right? They start over. In 2 weeks, everybody's going to be sitting there going, hey, we're growing again. Did they turn them back on? You're always going to have that in the back of your mind. So now you're at a point you're never, ever going to have 100%, hey, they worked their ass off to get what they got. Because even if you did do it honest the second time, they're going to question you because you didn't the first.
And I'm sure they'll be like, let's apologize. Is it sincere?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, is it?
Yeah, and okay, and then there was a video that leaked a couple days ago. If anybody wants to go watch, there's 2 videos actually leaked about some of the higher ups in the back. One dude was working like 3 hours a day, making around over $148,000 a week or a month. I forget. One of the two. Look at the video. It's ridiculous. 3 hours a day. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Make that kind of money? Yes, please.
Well, I mean, I know for a fact that there are people in corporations, I won't name names or anything like that, but I will say there's people in corporations that I have been involved with in the past, prior to where I'm at now, that I know for a absolute fact we're making 3 figures, and they come in every day, went in, sat down in their office, and did absolutely nothing. Not a damn thing. All they did was wait for the next meeting to go in and say what they were doing, what they're working on, where we're trying to go. But truth of the matter is they wasn't doing a damn thing. But as long as they made them think that they were good.
Yeah. I just don't see that being an industry standard of anybody should be doing that.
The thing about that is that when people do that, it makes people, for example, like me or you, that actually try our asses off, feel like, what's the point?
Exactly.
I'm right there with you. What is the point if that's what's happening all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I go and sit down at my desk. I'm busting my ass to do whatever I'm having to work on at the moment, right?
Yeah.
But yet, 6 feet from me is a copier, and I listen to this guy talk for 2.5 hours to this other person about nothing, about boats, about fishing. And I'm sitting there going, okay, so he's sitting there getting paid 3 figures. He sits 3 tiers above me. But he just sat here and talked for 2.5 hours. Whereas if I got up and was caught at that printer talking for 2.5 hours, I'm in deep doo doo. And it's like Stealthy says, you then at that point you're like, what's the point?
Yeah, and I've had gone into Twitch channels and watched people get a couple thousands of viewers, and get it, like the couple of thousands of viewers, and I see the same names pop on the chat, same 10 people. I counted 10 people in one channel. Another one was like 6 people. And I'm like, how do you have thousands of people in your channels, but only 6 or 10 people talking? Out of thousands,
well, here's the perfect example. We all know that I've been trying to trek towards affiliate, right?
Yes.
I've been doing it the right way. With my technical expertise, I could have written plenty of bots by now and been an affiliate within a day or two if I wanted to do it gradually and make it look legit.
Yes.
I can do that. I have code. I have the way to do it. I'm sitting here busting my ass to do it the right way, to try to get it the right way. At the same time, I'm watching people that started streaming a day or two ago jump up to 500 followers in a couple of days, and you're going, wait, how the fuck did they do that? Nobody's ever even heard of you before, and then suddenly you're 500 followers strong. What?
Mm-hmm.
How the hell does that work?
Or 500 subscribers or whatever. You go like, where's your YouTube channel? Go to your YouTube channel. It's like crickets. If they have a YouTube channel, you go like, okay, what about maybe TikTok? Go to their TikTok. You like they got like a few people liking their videos, but nothing to that scale. But then you go to Twitch and thousands of people are watching them. It's like, where did you grow your audience? If you grew it on here, where are they at? They're in your channel, yes, but why aren't they talking? I know there's bots out there that can literally, because I've seen them. I looked it up because I was curious to how these bots work. They have a large list of words the bots will say, a huge list. Somebody just went through a bunch of things like questions, thoughts, laughters, and also like the other bots can pull from that list of words and sentences, and then they will say them. But then other bots will go and notice what's being said in the chat, just like on Twitch or on Twitter, and copy what they're saying, like maybe a question or emotes that they're putting in the chat if they have access to it. They'll just spam the emotes as well. I'm like, that can make anybody question, are they real? Are they real people? But then you have thousands of people on your channel and it's literally crickets. I'm baffled by that. If I had thousands of people in this podcast right now and only 2 people spoke, I would be thinking, I'm sus. I'm sus as fuck.
Yep.
Why are you talking? I have never understood that. I never understood. I get some people don't like talking, but that many people, there's a statistic and probability of that. But that all being said, I would love that to happen someday. And I'm sure even if I did grow up one day and start getting bigger and some people start watching my stuff, there will always be somebody questioning me, was it legit? Because everybody's learning nowadays more and more what these bots or these programs are capable of doing.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the reverse side of it. So you have the fallout from them doing it and it looking terrible, and then you have the fallout from it looking terrible even if you're not doing it, because people now suspect everybody of doing it.
Which, actually, a little bit of good news. Well, it's good news, and then went to bad news. Okay, so as you may not have been noticing, I've been putting shorts up here on my YouTube channel, little short clips of streams and so on of people, just kind of like TikTok, but it's on YouTube. They're called hashtag shorts on YouTube. So I've been putting up shorts up here, and I put up one short the other day, and within the first minutes of that clip being put up on my channel, I got 800 views.
Holy crap.
And it finally stopped at 1,191. It's a short, like 10-second clip of me playing Ori in the Blind Forest, and I hit somebody with the hammer, and I said, "Batter up, bitch! I'm the first to swing." And apparently, people love that. I got one comment though, and I got like 64 likes. And someone would go look at that thing and be like, how the heck did that, like, one clip get that many views? Although the rest of his videos, he gets, like, maybe 100 if he's lucky, or, like, 50 or 60. It's like, that was just that one. If I was botting, all of them would be like that.
Yeah.
Every single one of them would be like that. So let's throw away that little analogy right there. And I'm not going to spend money on these bots to do for one 10-second clip that got me 4 new subscribers, and a day or so later, literally within the next day, I lost all of them. That was great.
That's the TikTok thing.
Yeah, it was here on YouTube. I got 4 new subscribers, and then all of them
but that's
disappeared.
What TikTok does.
Yep.
They'll take one video and just fucking spam it.
Yep.
And they'll grow big, and it got a lot of views, and probably a lot of subscribers, and they go, okay, well, let's get rid of the bots now. Pew! Well, I don't know if those people were for bots, though. Those 4 people could have been bots. I don't know. YouTube could have said, well, those weren't real people, so let's go ahead and just wind that back. Or it could be like, well, we don't like you, so we're gonna just delete those. That's happened on certain people's channels before.
Right.
Because people are like, well, I've been to YouTube channels, people in comments down the comments below and said, I don't know why, but YouTube keeps on erasing my subscription to your channel. That's happened before.
Yep.
And I never really like thought of like that being an actual thing, but apparently that's an actual thing on YouTube. I guess if they don't like your opinion or your thoughts on YouTube, they'll get rid of your subscribers or no longer show their videos on your channel. So if you are here, be sure to hit that bell button. I know it doesn't mean very much anything anymore, but hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this podcast to everybody. Some people don't know about this information. Honestly, I'm surprised people don't know about it. Probably because everybody's in right now is watching Amber Heard. Like that's what everybody's watching. That's what everybody's. That's on everybody's lips. That's it.
Yeah. Well, you mean the comedy show?
Yes, the
'Cause
comedy show.
Her complete stance is comical. Like
Yeah,
when a lawyer can object another lawyer into submission, that tells you your legal team is stupid.
That
Yes.
or you have no ground to stand on.
Like I literally seen Depp's lawyer object Amber Heard's lawyer into submission to the point where she's like, I have no more questions because everything she threw out, objection, hearsay, objection, not relevant, objection, and she says, yeah, you can't ask a question because everything's fucked up.
yeah, and then when they were doing, because I watched a little bit of it too. When they were doing it, trying to do it to the Johnny Depp's team, the judge was like, overruled. Like I like no, your objections are all invalid. And Johnny Depp's like, thank you, judge, thank you, judge. Like people will always be thinking that the judge was paid off because how often that they were trying to hearsay at something that was actually factual in what the question that was being asked.
Like okay. One of the funniest things I heard was when they were talking to one of the people that worked for Johnny. They were talking about him showing up at the estate that they were staying at. And Johnny asked him, was Johnny trying to pee in the foyer? No. Okay. Did Johnny have his, adult parts visible? No. The guy's like, I'm pretty sure I would remember seeing Johnny Depp's penis.
Yes.
I might not remember a whole lot, but this is Johnny Depp we're talking about. I would remember the day I seen that. Man, woman, or child, It's like, I'm telling you, that's not what happened. But I'm just sitting there. Johnny's trying not to crack up because Johnny's like, did they just really ask this man if he's seen my penis in my foyer? Like, are you serious? We gonna go this route? Like, I mean... And listen, if I got $30,000 Egyptian sheets and my wife gets pissed off to take on my side of the bed, first off, we throwing down because that's $30,000 you just stained all to hell. And second off, I don't think there is anything that I can be so mad at that I'm going to go literally defecate on my wife's side of the bed. I mean... I would think you would divorce somebody before you lowered yourself to the point to being a damn pomchi and shitting on a bed. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, she looked kind of like a pomchi, but I mean, looks don't mean you have to act the part. I mean, I know she's trying to channel her inner Johnny and be a method actor, but that shit ain't working for her.
No.
She's failing horribly. I mean, I stepped on a bee. What the hell?
I want to say that that this is. I don't think anybody deserves all this stuff, right? To have all their life being showcased and used as entertainment for everybody's amusements and like that's their life. That's a personal life. But you give people a bad image, and then when people come up and say, "Yeah, this really did happen to me," people are going to look back and go, now, did it?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Okay, first off, there was a prenuptial agreement.
No, there was supposed to be.
We're supposed to be. Okay? That being said, she still got paid. To which she, how did she state it?
Pledged.
She pledged the entire amount to a charity. Pledge does not give.
Yeah.
Not a single damn dollar that has went to that charity yet.
I promise to give it someday.
Wait, here's what gets better. Lawyer says, you still have not given any of that money to the charity, correct? No, that's incorrect. I pledged. No. Pledged, that's not the question. I said give. No, I use pledge and give synonymously. Pledge and donate donations synonymously. And I'm like, wait. So that's like me saying, I pledge that I'm going to give Grumpy $10,000, right? But you never get shit. But wait, I did it because I pledged it, right? No. Yeah. When I hand it to you, when I donate it to you, when you physically have it in your hands, that is when it has been done.
It's like somebody saying, let me pledge this Mega Man Blaster G Fuel to you, Grumpy. Okay, that's really nice. When am I going to get it?
I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, at what point in life did a promise become the hard truth? You know?
Yes.
Because that's not how the world works. I promise to do a lot of things on a daily basis, and I usually try to do them, but I'm going to tell you, I have failed. There's been promises that were not kept. Now, not all of them were my fault. Things come up, things happen, and I get that. But still,
especially at this many years.
But still, a pledge is not a donation.
Yeah, and this all happened this happened around 2016, and it's 2022 now.
Also,
I don't know how long that's gonna be, but I'm pretty sure that's long enough.
Also, just make sure that you conceal the abuse with makeup that hasn't come out yet.
And also use the same picture to same exact picture, hair, and everything to saturate the image and make you look like you're a little red on the cheek. Give me a couple of seconds here. All right, now do it.
Well, I mean, and here's something that the lawyers brought out that I don't think anybody really ever thought about until they brought it out. But let's look at it like this. Have you ever seen Johnny Depp without rings?
No. Oh, that part too. That part.
He's always.
I don't ever wear rings.
He's always wearing these giant rings. If he was physically abusing this woman with them rings on, there is no amount of makeup on the face of the planet that's going to cover all of that up.
I'm usually always wearing this ring. You best believe if I socked my wife in the face, there would be an impression on her. Just like this. And the whole hand?
And then what follows up behind that is you going to
brass
sleep.
Knuckles.
But that's besides the point.
Brass knuckles. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, that man's toting brass knuckles on both hands. And a garrote around his neck at all times. And you're telling me you're getting physically abused. You might be getting emotionally abused. This man might be hollering shit at you that you don't like. Is hurting your feelings. Breaking you down emotionally. But physical, I doubt that very seriously.
And, I've been actually following this court case before the British one even went off. And I'm thinking, people are hearing about all this stuff now. I'm like, do you imagine hearing all this stuff back when it was going into court in Britain, and they dismissed it. I'm like, how do you dismiss all these factual things that are now some of the stories have changed? How?
Well, I mean, here's a big thing that's funny as shit. Okay? I mean, think about this. This is Johnny, so if he's going to get... I'm streaming. Go. So, here's the thing. This is Johnny. If he's going to hit her and not leave marks, he's got to take all that off, right?
Yeah,
you mean to tell me in the 30 minutes it takes him to remove all that jewelry, you couldn't go outside, get in your car, and leave?
Especially when he's drunk, out of his mind, it's supposedly, and a whole monster. Yeah, taking up a ring is really easy. Yeah, just Give me a second.
I got 5,000 rings that I got to take off. Or
I gotta hold myself up and chase you down and take these off.
I could go to the store and buy a case while he's taking his shit off to whoop my ass.
And you can shit on the bed by the time I get back.
Well, yeah, you know. I mean, and let's be honest. No sober person goes and shits on somebody's bed. So if she's sitting there saying she wasn't part of the party, she's a damn lie.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I mean,
let's bring us back a little bit here. It's just like with the Twitter thing, you don't really know how much of it's true. It's just like the moment where she confessed on the phone call about hitting Johnny, confessed about it, and then her shitting on the bed. All other things she might be saying might be true, but immediately instills in our mind, how much is that true?
well,
You said those other things weren't true. Then you confessed about it. And now everything else you say is
I'm gonna mess with you even harder. I want you to think about this. Has the laws of physics changed?
No.
They have not changed. Okay,
Oh.
I wanted to confirm that before I made this statement. So, in her statement, she says Johnny slapped her, and then she turned to him and said, "Johnny, you hit me." Grumpy, if I slap your ass, are you already facing me? How the hell do you turn to face me when I just slapped you? You had to be facing me to slap you to begin with.
Yes.
So
unless you smacked him so hard, you made him spin around.
I'm like, are you serious? Like, he slapped me, and then I turned to him and said, "Johnny, he hit me." So what did he do? Slap you in the back of the head? I mean, you could have stated that. He had him an NCIS Gibbs moment. Smack. Turn around, woman.
He smacked me in my face from behind me, so you did a reach around.
And look, Johnny's got a lot of positive qualities, but long arms isn't one of them.
Yeah, and
not to mention, if you watch some of his shows, he's a little bit limp in them limbs. And if he'd been drinking, hell, if he tried to do a reach around, he'd probably reach around and slap himself.
And he already naturally has a bit of a slur. He's a little bit of a slow talker. He's already naturally a bit of a, like, you can't really, from my view, totally tell when the guy is sober or not. I can't.
Here's my thing. This is what it all boils down to for me. He paid the woman and was willing to leave the shit alone. Okay?
Yes. Even
though, not everything was as people thought it was. Yes. He did not come to this. This shit did not happen because he wanted it to. It was when her actions started losing him his way of making a living that then he brought. To me, that's a man that goes, all right, you know what? I don't want no more drama. I don't want no more heartache. I don't want no more bullshit. Here's your money. You go do your thing. I'm good. And then wait.
On the double dip.
Now you're gonna take my livelihood whole. At that point, I got to draw the line. We got to have a conversation.
It's more like triple dip. Okay, so she got his money.
The whole thing is the fact that she's making the actual domestic violence people look unbelievable.
Right. She's making people that's legitimately getting their ass whooped. She's making men and women, because men get abused too. Don't think they don't. But she's making men and women that are actually suffering, getting their ass beat on a daily basis sometimes, look uncreditable because of her actions.
Yes. And then some women will go,
she could have gotten away with it had she just never written that article.
Yes.
That one article. Just one. She was
and then not share the pictures and all that other stuff. But she, at the same time, like, women could see this, or if this never wouldn't have came about, they could have seen this as a, like, hey, I could easily say that this man did this to me and take him for all he got, and no one will be the wiser. It's like, even though it never was true, he didn't do nothing to her, she could say he did it, and then that's all it would take. That's all it would take if she would, like, if she were to win this. If she were to win, that's what people would take from it. They would go, All I gotta do is say he did that, and I would win that much money, or win his life, or destroy him if I don't like him. Because
You have that, and then if you flip it, it's still not good if Johnny wins because now everybody's going, oh, well, most of these women must be bullshitting. Here's the proof.
lose,
Look what happened.
lose.
It's a lose-lose for everybody at this point. And all because somebody had to do what they had to do.
And we're televising it as an entertainment.
Yes.
And of course, do you think, not professional, do you think he has a chance of winning?
Though, and what really
Do I
bugs
think?
me-
I think he has a chance. I do. And it's not because he's some, innocent party or anything like that. I don't know for sure what happened.
With a lot of stuff,
I don't know.
he was
I don't know what he did or
just
did not
bad.
do. I don't think he physically hit her. I think he might have emotionally give her hell,
Yeah.
but I don't think he physically hit her. But I think what he has, the biggest thing in his corner is he has a damn good legal team, and they are shutting her shit down right and left.
I have
They're
several
smart.
things. I have several things.
Okay, go ahead.
Number one, most people, when they get accused of something, there is a lot, notice what I'm saying here, a lot of backlash from that because then everybody starts coming out to woodworks. Trump, for example. As soon as the one person came with the sexual assault, how many fucking lawsuits came out?
Let's jump on the bandwagon.
Johnny gets accused of this shit, and yet every single woman, instead of going, oh yeah, he definitely did this to me, like his wife, his ex-girlfriends, they're like, that's
That's
wait a minute,
bullshit.
That's not the person I know.
I mean, when you have ex-wives that are saying he was belligerent sometimes with me, but he never physically put his hands on me.
She said he was never belligerent.
Yeah,
He was sweet as can be.
He had an ex-wife that literally said that she wakes up and cries daily because they are not together anymore.
No, she didn't say that.
She did say that shit. She does. She said that shit right there on screen. I seen that part because somebody sent it to me at work where she literally says, I wake up and I cry because we're not together anymore. That is how sweet and kind the man was to me. And I'm going, wait, hold up. So we go from being sweet and kind, or maybe occasionally belligerent to some of them, to just dog beat the shit out of, we're going...
Monster.
How the hell does that work? Look.
A sexually
Listen,
assault bottle.
This is This is Johnny Depp we're talking about. So chances
That's
of him,
some new information.
Chances of him getting physically violent is rare, not because of his disposition, it's because his state of mind most of the time. This man is in a higher plane of happiness 90% of the time. Hell,
True.
he don't have the desire to want to hit shit. All he has is, well, hi, I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
I mean,
and he's antisocial as it is apparently when he's not drunk or high. Like he doesn't like being around people. When he's around people,
it's just it's very hard to understand. I mean, you go back and look at some of the television series that he was a part of, and talk to some of his co-actors. Talk to some of the movies he was part of. That he married some of the women that he acted with, and they'll tell you that's not who we know.
Didn't Amber's ex girlfriend admitted to Amber being like crazy?
At one point, yes.
So like, why didn't they like pull from her exes? Just like, or if you can't get Elon, but Elon is.
They're just now getting into that, and this is why. Because before this started, there was an agreement that they weren't supposed to talk about past relationships, no scandals, none of that between the two legal teams. However, Johnny's team, being as smart as they were, when Amber got on the stand, let her talk and kept her talking until she broke the agreement and brought up something from the past that was scandalous. By
Yeah.
breaking that agreement, now Johnny's team is free and clear to go all out. And that's why some of the things that have just suddenly started popping up have popped up. Because now the gates are open, woman. And guess what? We can swim. You know.
I again, that's why I titled this one. You know, this should be coming clear, coming true. It's just too much of it nowadays. Too many scandals, too many things. Hell, just today I heard. I forget what that one group, the Truth or Informational Truth group that our president made was closed. Department was closed because that was just preposterous. Too many people nowadays are giving way to information without truth or without any research, without looking up anything, actually trying to look up things yourself in life. And we just go online and think everything we see is the truth.
But it's
and
not.
There's no questions to be ever asked. Don't ask no questions, or you're a hypocrite, or some other negative thing in life. Don't ask no questions.
Right. Yeah,
Ask questions about everything.
You should question anything and everything. Now, that doesn't mean that you should negatively view anything and everything. It just means you should make sure you have all the information before you make a decision, before you jump the gun. Humans, we have a bad habit. I mean, I'm guilty of it quite frequently. Of assuming shit. We assume either what we read, what we've seen, what we've done, or what we've heard people have done is the truth. That is what happened. There is no other, but that's not always the case. So I feel like that we're doing it to ourselves.
True.
All right, you have
I
something?
question everything.
Go ahead.
I always question everything. You know
Well,
me.
I mean, you question why I brush my hair back some days instead of letting it fall forward. That's us point. Go ahead.
I question all.
What you said, you had a couple of comments.
Yeah, it has to do with the Johnny Depp case.
Okay.
There's a part, I don't know where it's at, where she literally looks at the jury and tells them, he's guilty of this. He won't even look at me. I am here standing proud, bringing all this to light, and
I know where she's
he
going.
won't look at me because he knows he's guilty. But there was an audio clip. I don't know if it was played before or after.
It was.
Where
It was.
literally states he tells her in the audio clip she will never see his eyes again, ever.
Yes.
And she's begging to see his eyes, and he's like, "You will never see these eyes again."
And that to me is brutal. Like I would hate if I could never see my wife's eyes.
The lawyer came towards her and told her, "You're here to play the noble victim, yada yada." To that extent, you're here to demonstrate that you were a victim, that you were a domestic. And she literally states, "I am not here as a victim."
She says that she is not there as a victim. Think about what she just said.
I am not here as a victim. I'm here as someone who's overcome the challenges and adversities of life. Sure you have.
Yes.
That's why you're here in court.
Yeah. I mean,
That's why.
I don't know, man. It's just,
I'm a
all
warrior.
dumb to me. Like,
And I'm not saying Depp is innocent, because there's a lot of shit. Granted, I knew someone that had dark humor like you.
me? Dark humor? Imagine that.
And Bane had dark humor too. Okay? I'm not going to say that they don't have dark humor. And more than likely, I would like to say... Notice what I said. I would like to say that might be it. But because I don't know the relationship, I cannot just go, yeah, that was probably just dark humor.
Listen, man. This is the funniest... Here's the funny thing. So she literally tells Johnny at one point that Dor... Why would Dor want you? You're a old, fat actor. Hello, has anybody looked at Johnny Depp? This is fucking Johnny.
Not close.
This is Johnny Depp we're talking about. Go look up the fucking trailers for this cologne. This man doesn't look. Hey, I'm a guy. I love my wife. I like women. But I'm telling you now, this man does not look bad at all. Like, damn. To be 50 years old, shit. I wish I looked like that now.
Wait. Just remember, he did not want her acting at all. Not going to any auditions, none of that shit.
Yeah. And it's
And
like,
he turns around and goes like, how do you think she got Aquaman?
yeah. One of the things that I found hilarious as shit was, and this will be my last comment on it, but she makes the comment that she goes out for one of her jobs, and one of the co-stars invites her out to a concert with some of the other people from the show. As a breaking the ice, we're going to be working with each other for a few months. Let's everybody, get to know each other. And she says, he tells me that I'm dumb because there's no way a guy would want to take Amber Heard to a concert just to break the ice. And she's offended. Wait, so are you telling me you're offended because you didn't get with the guy, or because he brought up a point that pretty much anybody else in his position would have brought up? I mean, I don't think she's that beautiful, but there's a lot of people that do.
Yes.
And I can't think of a single person that thinks she's beautiful that would take her to a concert to break the ice. Okay? All this man was trying to tell her was, look, you need to be careful. And she took it as, oh, you don't want me to be a part of anything else. No, you're hot. Be careful.
Yes.
Because he's going to try to bang your ass.
Yeah.
Or changing the locks and then thinking that she could bring James Franco up into the penthouse without anybody noticing it. And
Yeah, I don't remember anybody, but just so happened that very day I was changing locks and Johnny's gonna be gone, that I invited someone else to come over, and then on the elevator we were just snuggling really close. We don't mean nothing about this. I'm not wearing nothing underneath this blanket. I'm just. Why am I walking around with a blanket around my body? Well, why would I do that? I was covering up. What were you going to do when you got back in that hotel? People walk around that blanket? I doubt it.
That blanket.
Drop it. Nothing.
Yeah.
You were ready. Who walks around with a blanket around their body?
It's just, I don't know, man.
10 o'clock at night, and then cut up with somebody that's a famous movie star into your elevator, take it to your place that's not even your place that Johnny owns, and change the locks. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so that's that. That's our thoughts on the Amber Heard. But here's something a little bit more personal to you, and this would be, I guess, a bit of a roundabout way of ending this thing. Let's just say, for all arguments,
okay,
do you have a license to carry?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Let's say you go somewhere. Let's say a grocery store.
Okay.
Okay. Go to a grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
You got your gun on you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in a state where carrying guns is allowed. And you have a license to do so.
Yep.
Someone comes up in there, starts shooting up the place. Would you not put a cap on their ass too?
Drop his ass like a bad habit.
And let's say guns are not allowed in the state.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a grocery store. You don't get your gun on you. And you think that's going to stop someone else from coming in there with a gun and shooting up the place?
Nope.
How are you going to stop them?
You better be damn good at taking it away from them.
Yeah, damn good. How long does it take the cops to get there?
Average response times between 5 and 7 minutes to any major local business.
Okay. So, 5-6 minutes.
Which means an average of 25 to 35% of the people could be shot down in that period of time.
Yes. And how quickly, let's say you're an average gun user, can you switch a cartridge in your gun?
Me personally?
Personally, yeah, personal stats.
Okay. Because of what I've been trained to do over my life, I can probably change mine in maybe 2 seconds flat.
So, does it really matter how big your cartridge of your gun is, or how
No,
many bullets you can change when you can change it that fast?
not if one you're accurate and two you have plenty of ammo. Because
Yes.
at that point it's fish in a barrel.
So it's just okay. Well, you're out if you're not very good at it. But if you're a trained person, chick, 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 chick.
If you're a trained person, you're not reaching back for a mag anyway. You already got one in your offhand.
Yeah, you're putting it in the hand already, right? You're cupping it or whatever the saying is. But you already have someone ready, so you know what you're doing. And I'm sure you've heard of the Buffalo shooting,
Yes.
Prairie Bees. But did you know there was 4 other incidents in that very week
No, I did
of
not.
shootings
I did not.
that the news had not brought up at all?
I did not know that.
And some of them were or possibly racially charged, but the news has not brought it up at all.
No, I didn't know that.
Just saying, question the world, question society, question what you hear online.
Oh,
There's
and here's a piece of information. If you happen to be a Georgia viewer and you're watching this from Georgia, if you have a weapons carry permit, yes, I know it has been legalized to tote weapons in Georgia without the carry permit. Do not let it expire, because if you carry your ass out of Georgia, you still need it to be legal.
Mhm.
Do not forget that. Because if you're dumb and you're like, oh, it's legal and I don't need it anymore, and it expires, and you go your ass to Alabama or Florida or anywhere else, and you don't have it and you're caught with it, guess who goes to jail?
yes,
You do.
and just because it might be outlawed or whatever, let's say a modification to your gun might be outlawed in your state or your whatever you are, does not mean criminals won't modify their weaponry.
Yes.
They're criminals. They don't care about the law. They're going to do what they want to do to get their things done. So, if you are in a state, don't legalize guns. Are bulletproof vests legal in most states?
I would think so. And just about anybody can buy a Kevlar now.
I say, just buy one of those if you don't have one that's your state, because criminals don't care. And you better hope they're not good at aiming at your head. I don't own a gun, but I want to. But I'm also afraid because I have had emotions in the past, and suicide has been a thought in my younger years, and I don't want that to ever creep back up. I'm not saying necessarily, but I'm always worried about myself too.
You need a two-factor authie for your gun box. Is what that'll fix it. Because even then, it don't matter how emotional you get. If your wife don't put her finger on it too, you ain't getting it.
Yeah. So,
and I'd like to see you try to drag your wife to the gun box with the intention of shooting yourself. Because at that point, you don't need the gun no more. You have just done it without even pulling the trigger.
So needs to say, I want to get one though. I do. I want to get one because I'm afraid of going out in the town, and that's where society is getting more and more. It's get to the point where people are afraid to just go outside to a grocery store or to a church or to a mall.
Between me and you, if you decide to go get one, get your permit first.
Well, I'll get a permit and go get a practice range and learn how to shoot.
Well, the reason I'm saying get your permit first is because of 2 reasons. One, you need the permit to be able to tote it. 2, the permit means you walk out of there that day with it, not 3 days later.
Okay. That's good to know.
Because the way that works is they've already run a federal background check on you when you got that permit. So all they do is use your permit number to authorize it.
All right, that's interesting. I don't know if Alabama's the same. I hope it would be. I imagine it would be. But it's just one of those things. If you live in one of those, I don't want to go into statistics and stuff like that. But let's just say if you were in a state, and if you live in Georgia and you live somewhere near Corvo, and someone decided to do it, don't worry. You won't need a police. Corvo will be there and taking care of the issue and not waiting for it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because the guy in Buffalo admitted if he would have done it in a state where guns were legal, he wouldn't have done it in the first place.
No,
And
because
I understand it.
he'd have got shot down. I mean,
You would have got killed on the spot.
That'd be like somebody trying to overtake the place I work at. That would be a really stupid idea.
They might get a couple people, but that's it.
I mean, by the time you've dropped the second round, there's probably 30 weapons aimed at you. At that point, you ain't done shit but either wound or kill 2 people and got yourself killed. Because I'm telling you now, I don't want to take anybody's life. I really don't. It's not something I relish. But if you point a weapon in my direction, you damn well better pull the trigger. Because I'm not going to think twice about doing it. And the second thing is if you pull the trigger, you better damn well kill me. Because I promise when I pull it, you ain't getting up.
Yes, true and real. And I just people. I'm not a political person, nor is this podcast supposed to be a newscasting. But the information is out there. If you don't believe me, you don't trust a word I'm saying, do me a favor then. Trust these words. Do your research. Look up online. Look up the other shootings. There are more shootings that you know of. And the news is not talking about it at all. If you don't believe in the Elon thing, go look it up. It's already online. It's not bullshit. And of course, you're not watching the Amber Heard thing. I don't know what to tell you. It's all over YouTube. It's literally all over YouTube. You don't think I believe anything I have to say. There's plenty of that out everywhere. But again, look it up. You'll find it. But please love each other. Tell somebody you love them today. Take care of each other. All right, everybody. Yep. But as always, have a good day.